Hello and greetings and welcome to this special edition where we focus on a special guest today. Today we have you, the musician Ruphael. Ruphael Mariam, at his formative years, at age 12, he started using his drums. And then at 14, he has his own band. And after that, he has gone to multiple places, including working with famous Ethiopian singers, including that of Aster Aweke, Alemayehu Eshete, and he has performed in the US with one of the best in the reggae music. And his talents has got him various accolades, including 2 Grammy Awards and 1 gold record. In order to hear his experiences, his journey in music, and as well as his insights along the way, do stay with us. Ruphael, thank you for making the time to talk to us today.
Thank you for having me. My pleasure.
Awesome. So your musical experiences start from the age of 12. It's so amazing. That formative years have gave you the niche in order to start drums.
Yes.
With that of Teen Iron, and then at 14 you have a band.
Yes, yes.
Tell us that experience and the way that makes a way to your career path.
Yeah. I always had the feeling for music. Obviously, that's a gift from God, and you have to figure out what to do with it. When you're young, you know, it could be difficult to figure out what do you do in life, you know. But as you grow up a little bit, then you start figuring things. So by the age 12, I figure I needed to make something so that I can do something with drumming. So I just made my own my own drums, and it started from that. And I practice every day after school, just practicing songs that are in my head, basically. And it started from that. And then one day, a classmate of my older brother said, I heard you play drums, and you want to come in and join a band, see what you can do, we can test you. And I went. I never asked him, you know, how he found out, but later on I found out it's my brother that told him. But I was practicing at home, I was not in public.
Amazing.
So it started like that.
How was the band? Tell me about it.
Dalol Band?
Dalol Band.
Dalol Band, when I joined them, they were already formed. They were practicing. Everybody's in high school at that time. And when I joined them, I guess the drummer had left, and they needed a drummer fast. And then, you know, they tested me with a couple of songs. Do you know
it was
the
a
song? You know that
opportunity
song?
for you.
Yeah, it was like we played, I think, Temptation song.
Yeah.
Something I listen all the time. So they were happy, I was happy. You know, we joined them. We went to Kachane area, where there was a big band called Jungle Boys. They were a big band by then, they had a big name, and they let us use their equipment because we didn't have anything. And we went there to practice just about any day we wanted to. After school, we used to go there, walk up Kachane all the way, lots of walking. And it started from that, and we played mainly in schools, you know, graduations and things like that.
Amazing.
Before we even think about clubs, you know.
Yeah.
That's how it started.
Awesome. But for somebody who has a touch with the legendary Ethiopian artists, what was it like performing with Ethiopian legendary artists like that of Aster Aweke, Alemayehu Eshete?
Right.
How does it give you the career path and then the joy inside music?
The first one was Ayalew Mesfin. Ayalew Mesfin was the one who gave us like a good experience. While the time we were playing in schools, Ayalew Mesfin had a plan to go tour around the country, which we did. That's the time we were like really kids. and he took the whole band, as well as he had other musicians like horn section, saxophone, trumpet, maybe 3 people, I think. 2 saxophone, trumpet, and other people were dancers. So it's a whole bunch of people that went around the country. We went like many places, including Gode, which is border of
Bordering Somalia.
Somalia. Yeah. At that time, there was even tension, and we had to be accompanied by soldiers, to go there, perform peacefully, and come back. It was the desert, but an experience that you won't forget. We went everywhere. After that one tour, I couldn't go anymore with the group because I got sick. I had malaria, and my mother said no more, no more. But they went the second tour without me. Everywhere. I mean, when I say everywhere, it's everywhere. Many cities, second time I couldn't. Even Ayala came to beg my mom for permission. She said, he got sick. I was really in bad shape. But, so he was the first experience of a big name singer. After that, when we came, there was a Get Beverett, program where all students from 10th grade up were going to the countryside. School was closed during Derg time, and we were all eligible for that because I was in 10th grade, and we couldn't go anymore with Ayala Musfin first, and then we did that a little bit. So when we came back, we regrouped with Minilik Sanacho. So Minilik Sanacho, he had some contract with this club called Stereo Club. It's next to Cinema Empire, but the second floor. Nobody knew that place. I never knew about it. So we played there 6 days a week. English singer named Fakad Adlaw. Most of them are passed on now. So we did that 6 days, and I think that's one of the best times for us in terms of practice, because we played
6 days
from 8 o'clock until like 11:30, because there was curfew, so we had to run home in half an hour. And that was the best practice for us, except Monday, we didn't have a day off. So we did that. Then we moved on to the I2 Hotel. By then, it was Friday and Saturday, but it's all night until 5 a.m. So there was that experience. Started with Ayala, the mini league. Then Aster came, joined us, and then she went on to Wabi Shabelle Hotel. And then I later joined Wabi Shabelle Hotel because there was a legendary drummer named Tamrat Loti. He was an amazing drummer. God rest his soul. And he left and went to Kenya, is what I heard. And that group was stranded and needed a drummer. And then they called me, and that's when I joined Wabi Shabelle. So Aster was there already, Alama Yoshate was there already, Wabishat Fasaha, and a good friend named Petros Mokra. He sang all the English songs. It was a very good group, 6 musicians and 4 singers. It was a full group.
Amazing. And then you went to the US in 1980.
Yes.
And then
close to 80, yeah.
So tell me about that experience in your personal growth and as well as your skill career.
Right. That group that we were together, basically that old band, we kind of regrouped in the US. They're the ones who send me all the school I-20 so I can get a visa and go to school. So basically, when I got that, I went there and was going to school, university, that was the aim. Until a couple of years, then we got busy with the music. We started touring. But everybody was going to school at that time. We didn't stop the music. We still play music around clubs a little bit, but we were not, just focused on the music at that moment. Everybody was going to school, trying to finish, whatever. I was taking mostly art classes, which I had 2 years of art class here in Ethiopia, so I didn't want to stop that. I always did, you know, and I never stopped, but that was the beginning of the US life.
Yeah. With your career life and the experiences, how has that impacted you with the career path? Because that's with the school and then your performance with international artists. With other bands as well.
Right. You know, growing up, you always think, okay, what am I going to do? What am I going to follow in your path, you know? Am I going to be like going to school and find something to do and do music on the side? That kind of thought goes in your head. And I for most times, I never doubted I would be a full-time musician, but there were times when I just wanted to focus in school. But in the back of my head, I said, I'm a musician all the time. But that came true when we started touring all over the US. You know, we just get in a van, load up, and go from one corner to the other corner. And we all knew that, you know, this is our life, you know, even though we do other things, sometimes work and things like that. So we all knew, like, we're musicians for life.
Amazing, amazing. So, as you told me, you've been there in the US for 40 years. As we are celebrating the Ethiopian New Year, how are we celebrating holidays out there versus that of here in Ethiopia?
Like Ethiopian holidays?
Ethiopian holidays.
Oh, it's very different. Over there, well, the population is better now.
Yeah.
Wherever you're living, for example, if you live in Washington, D.C., it's like 300,000 people. So there's churches, there is everything the community needs is there. So that's it's uplifting. It's you don't miss the home so much, even if you do for sure. So Chicago was, in terms of Ethiopians or Eritreans population, was very, very small. It's like 50 people. Were there when we got there. They were telling us, in fact, as a joke, you're number 45, 46, you know. They were telling us, you know, we thought it was a joke, but it was real. But now there's, I don't know how many, maybe up to 10,000 people, if I can guess. So there is, holidays are much better now because the community is bigger, there's churches. But before, you definitely feel it, you know, you miss it.
Yeah.
It's never like home. Yeah. But now it's getting better because communities, there's more people.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Awesome. Let me get back to Ziggy Marley, your experience with the band, the Melody Makers, and then your accolades, 2 Grammy Awards, and then 1 gold record.
Yes.
So those achievements are not easy for someone to accomplish.
They're not easy, yeah, they're not easy.
I'm so glad to have met you and bring this to the public.
Yes,
so tell us about these memorable experiences.
When we first met the family, Rita, this is after Bob has passed on, and we had sent a demo tape to so that it can get in the hands of good people, you know, influential people. One of them is Rita Marley, and a good friend of ours was going to the Caribbean to. I believe he was visiting his father in the Bahamas, and then he went to visit Jamaica, and he met Rita, and he gave her, all these are like refugee musicians from Ethiopia, and they play reggae music, and she was curious, you know, and she sent us tickets. We went there like for 1 week. We met her and talked about things, and she had, after Bob Marley passed on, she had record label that she started. Was called Rita Marley Music, and she signed us to that, and I believe we recorded like 4 songs, and all 45s, you know, the all 45s, A side, B side. We did a couple of those, and it was playing on the radio in Jamaica, and even in the US as much as we can, we promoted it. Then later on, we were ready for an album. Within like a year or so, maybe, no, not a year, maybe 2 years. But she helped us finance that. In the studio, producer was hired. So Land of Genesis is our first album.
Awesome.
With Rita's help. We had a lot of, we did a lot of original music. When we played live in the clubs, we definitely did, Bob Marley or Peter Tosh, like most bands. But we always did a bunch of our original music, even if they were not recorded. So we recorded an album, and it was good. It had good distribution, and it was promoted here as well. So lots of people heard it. It was a good, proud moment. So after that, the time we had met Rita, Ziggy and Steve, all the kids were very young. They're kids, 13 years old, 10 years old. Then after maybe like 4 years, 1987 is when we started. Towards the end of 86 is when we started with them. We started rehearsing, we started touring, a few tours, not long. Then the recording came after like a year. One Conscious Party was 1 year, and then the year after that, it was One Bright Day. So those are the 2 albums we recorded. In fact, I always tell people, like the first one, it was amazing how it came about, because they said, we're going to New York in a couple of weeks, and we're going to record an album. They said, what album, what music? Because we don't know. They didn't send us what we're going to record. And they sent us like 4 songs, and we heard it. It's like demo tape. Okay. That was it. And we went to New York. We ended up recording 13 songs, and that ended up being the best album. And it was in 6 days.
Amazing.
It was in 6 days.
The whole album was recorded in 6 days.
In 6 days. It was not only Dalo. Dalo, the 6 of us. And then there's China, a very legendary guitarist from Jamaica. And there's another guy named Franklin. They call him Bubbler. And those 2 guys are very good musicians. And it's us and then Ziggy and his sisters and brother, melody makers. That's what makes melody makers. So, but it was done. We had a long day in the studios, 10 hours, sometimes 12 hours, the whole day. But we did it in 6 days.
Amazing.
After we left, they finished up like vocals and things like that. But that was the experience. It was an amazing experience.
It is. Something that anybody, whether it's a drummer, saxophonist, or any musician, can learn and
I need to mention the producers for the album.
Okay.
They both are very, very big musicians, husband and wife. The husband, the drummer, he's a drummer. His name is Chris, and Tina is a bass player.
Okay.
So they've been. They had a group called Talking Heads. When they were in the 70s, like from probably mid-70s into the 80s, very, very big band. They used to sell out stadiums, Okay. So they were the producers, the record company brought. And they're very, very nice people to work with, easy to work with. And they appreciated what we did, It was great.
Yeah, it is.
He brought me his own drums. Chris brought me his own drums.
Amazing.
Yeah, very big musicians, very, very big musicians.
Yeah, let's get back to an Ethiopian experience. Okay. Your collaboration with Teddy Afro and his band has gave you a lot of experience and touring across the world.
Yes.
So tell us about that experience. In some way, it shaped your personal growth, and as well as in some opportunities as well. Tell us about that.
Well, Teddy's style, he's, in terms of music, he likes reggae a lot, and I like reggae a lot. I was happy to be in that group. And of course, we play all the traditional music as well. But when I first joined them, they were missing a keyboard player. And I joined them to just play keyboards for 1 year. So it's not my instrument, but I ended up playing, because I was playing keyboards with my local band in Chicago at the time. And afterwards, back to drums. Our experience is amazing. all these years. We're like brothers, you know, in the group. Now the group has expanded. We have horn section, which makes the sound much better. But our experience is amazing. Many years of touring everywhere.
Yeah.
From here to Australia to the US, Europe, everywhere.
Amazing.
Yeah. Big
One of-
productions.
yeah.
Always, any show you want to go to see Teddy Afro in Abu Ghidaban, is always big production. That's what I love about it. It's not like a little production. It's a big production. It's a big concert all the time.
Amazing.
And that's as professional as you can get, you know, and that's what every musician's dream, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Definitely. That's why we love the live performances.
Yes.
We enjoy the video footages.
Mm-hmm.
That's through generations.
Yes.
So your musical experience is not a lone gift. It is coupled with painting as well.
Yes, it is. Yes, it is.
So you can paint as well as you can drum. And you are a musician and a painter as well. How are you linking these two artistic expressions in order to come up with something new?
Yeah.
And tell us about these experiences.
Well, I always say, I'm sure you've heard it from many people explaining about art or music. Art is therapy, you know. That's the first thing that comes to mind, is therapy for yourself and also for other people who may look at it and enjoy it. Music is the same thing to me. Music is healing, I would say. You know, people say it's healing. So healing for yourself and for people too. That's why God gave you these gifts. You cannot be hiding it. You have to use it. You know, there is a reason why God chose you and gave you that gift. So you have to use it. Because you're healing yourself and healing people.
Yes, sir.
Art is therapy for yourself and for others. So growing up, I never stopped. I did a lot of charcoal drawing and pencil drawing. I don't remember what year since I was small, but my mother used to tell me, you were 4 years old and you did like a drawing of a fish. That's what she always used to tell me, and I guess it's 4 years old since I started. But I never stopped. I had the gift for it, and I'm very happy I went to art school.
Awesome.
Even though I didn't finish, it's a 5-year program, but I did 2 years and left, went to the
because
US.
of the music, yeah.
Yeah, but the 2 years experience is very amazing. It helped me a lot. And even going to art school was not so easy. A lot of kids apply, and you have to go there for about over a month and submit drawings every day. And then they will look at it, and then out of maybe 200 people, it's 18 people that go into school. So it was a great experience for me.
So amongst your career path's achievements, which one is the most significant and why?
To me, I would say Aster Awaka's recording. Maybe at that time we didn't think about it, but it was a big achievement. We played in the club for 2 years, so all those original songs she wrote, the group helped arrange them, and we recorded them like in one night, and that ended up being like, you know, her best album, or everybody remembers her by. Most of the time, except musicians, most people don't know who we are, you know. I tried to share it on Facebook one time.
Yeah, okay.
Said so-and-so played this, so-and-so played that, and there was a good response from the Facebook crowd.
Awesome.
It's good to introduce, you know, it's good to know, you know, so-and-so did this, so-and-so did that.
Yeah.
It's good.
It's
you know?
always the singer who comes up in the
Yes,
forefront
true.
and then take all
But,
the credit.
yeah, but that was, to me, that was amazing, you know, because it's something like, even kids born now, they would hear those songs and they know about us there, you know, even that old recording, you know, and to me, it always stays with me.
Awesome. If you have, because it's a holiday season,
Yes.
if you have any shout outs, If you have any message, you can share it now.
I would like to say happy holidays, obviously, to everybody, our people, friends, family, you know, and don't do nothing but enjoy life.
Thank you very much for coming here
You're welcome.
to talk to us.
You're welcome. Thank you for having me.
Awesome.
Thanks so much.
That's all that we've got for you inside this special edition where we talked about the musical journey of Ruphael Mariam. He gave us his insights. It's an amazing one. I hope you have taken a thing or two as a lesson. Happy holidays to you, and thank you for staying with us.